Okay, this is our agenda for today. We are going to have our Dhamma learning mindset, and we're going to talk about a special day called Full Moon Day of December, which is actually today in Burma. And for us, it is tomorrow. We're going to talk about this. And after that, you will have break time with Sayaka Kujizin. You'll play some music. Then we'll discuss about a sutta named mnya phala Sutta, which is related to this day. And we'll end with our aspirations. So let's move on. Let's have our Dhamma learning mindset. I like to learn Dhamma. I learn Dhamma well. I enjoy learning Dhamma. I am happy learning Dhamma. Learning Dhamma is the only thing I am focused on at this moment. Phaya Tapiro ro thi Dhamma ko lo chin chin thing yu ja ba gong i. Le nat kaung mon swa thing yu ja ba gong i. Thing yu jin nai mui lyo nit chai ja ba gong i. Thing yu jin nai pyo shwen ja ba gong i. Le la thing yu jin takku de nai da mimi ro I sai ko ti tha su sai ja ba gong i. Okay, so we are going to talk about quite a lot of stuff today, because today in Burma and for us tomorrow is a very special day. Okay, so let me ask you guys about this slide. So if you know anything specific about the pictures on this slide, raise your hand, and we want to hear what you know so much about today, the full moon day of December. Anyone been to Burma during this month or during this special day?
I think I know one of the images.
All right, Doc, Kevin, go ahead. Which one do you know?
So it's about the bottom middle one.
Okay, the thief. Okay, go ahead, Doc.
It's like when he touches an image on his body, he gains like an ability of it.
Very
kind
good.
of.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so that's one of the event that happened on this full moon day of December. So, Kevin, very good. Thank you. Anyone else know any other pictures? Let me, Kathleen.
On the bottom left picture of the food, bottom left. So, for some people, they believe that if they eat this kind of food, then they can gain special powers.
Okay, very good. All right, so this is a special type of flowers that people believe has special medicinal power. We'll talk about that. Very good. Anything else? Okay, very good. That's okay. If you don't know anything, that's why you're here today. So because today is a very special day, and we'll talk briefly about all of this. Okay, so let's start then. All right, so the significance of the full moon day of December. So there are 8 different things. Okay, there are a few others that I didn't put on here. Actually there are 7, but so the mnya phala Sutta, we'll talk about that today. So that's the most important thing in Buddhism for this December full moon day. Then we'll talk about the Kasina Road Festival. In fact, that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Pompon just mentioned that. And we'll talk about a special type of rope making called matultinga. So this is a special type of rope that people in Burma will make it overnight. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Then we'll also talk about a king in the history who got really, really crazy because of a beauty of her gold. Then about Ngatapia is the day of the thief that Kevin talked about. Then this is about what we call mesali banto, or it's a salad of a fruit, a flower actually, not a fruit. In Burma, the people believe if you eat tonight, well, in Burma, or tomorrow night here, you will gain supernatural powers or medicinal effect from this salad.
Was it true?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Yeah. And the other one is pantaku. All right. So let's dive in. Okay. So this is what you just saw today. So maybe some of you have seen things like this. Can someone tell me what these are and why are there some decoration with money and robes and what are they doing? What are we doing?
Is it for respect?
For the respect, a little bit more than that. Dada Patrick?
Well,
Isn't the money that
I'm
isn't
not
the money
Wait, did you call my name?
Yes, Patrick, yes, go ahead.
Well, I'm not. Well, actually, will you please make no these background noises that are outside my room because when it's just never mind. Anyways, my mom, when we entered into here, my mom discussed about these Christmas trees, these Christmas tree like things that are made with money, like they were cancina, they were consigna, like as it says in the title, consigna.
Okay, all right. So what I will do is I'll show you a video clip of how we celebrate this festival in Burma. Okay, so that you will have a little better idea about how things are done in Burma. Then we'll discuss actually a little better about it. So let me pull up that video. Okay, so it's a very short video clip, but there are a few things that you learned about today. So what did you notice? Anyone want to?
I saw a money tree, and I think they were giving it to donation for the pom-poms and the Buddha.
Very good, that. Thank you. All right, Kevin.
I saw some of the women making dresses.
Okay, very good. What kind of dress?
I don't know.
All right, that's fine, Dad. We will discuss about that. Tami, Sophia, Tom.
Pony ropes, and they were like doing the like competition, I think.
Okay, very good. That's a competition. Very good. Okay, Eric.
I saw a peacock made out of money.
You saw peacock made of money. Very good. All right, thank you. Tara, Sandra, or Tara?
Sandra, I think I saw people carrying a long orange silk.
Okay, very good. That's it. Tami, Michelle.
I saw a lot of people riding in the trucks.
A lot of people riding in the trucks. Okay, all right. So let me share that screen again. So just like here, now here, the festive mood started from the Halloween, right? So in October, if you remember, the Halloween and which special day in Burma coincides? The Tinja, right? So what about today? What was yesterday or the day before, if you want to call it? Here. So
It was Thanksgiving.
it was Thanksgiving, right? A lot of people had fun. Yeah. Now in Burma, this is pretty much similar, but we have this festival. So a lot of people have fun too. Now as a kid, you will have tons of fun, right? Now this one, so what they're doing is they are generating positive karma by donating a lot of stuff to the monasteries. You will notice that it's not only the robes and money. You will notice there are a lot of other things that monastery will need, like a clock, right? Like brooms, like fans, a lot of stuff, right? Now, before they actually donate it to the monastery, they go around the town and they have fun. There's music, there's dance, right? So now you will notice a lot more other stuff that people donate to the monastery. Then it takes you to the, oh yeah, this is the peacock, right? So they will make a lot of beautiful figures, right? It can be peacock, it can be other animal, it can be picture of something, but a lot of those are made with money, and they donate this to the monastery too. And now after that, they show you about, you see all these dance and stuff, right? Then they go around and now there's the pagoda, right? So then you will notice that, so those of you who know how to read Burmese, it's that Matotenga. So this is one of the special tradition also. Now, here's a competition, right? These groups are competing to make a special robe for the Buddha image. So people from different part of the world, different part of the country, they come in their own competition group, and they have to start with, in some places, they have to start with the cotton. All they're given is the cotton and color and dye, and this traditional manual machine to make robe, okay? And you're gonna finish before the dawn. So they cannot touch anything And the referee said, okay, go. Then they start from that cotton and making the whole baking process, dyeing, sewing, everything included. And it's a big, long one. And you need to finish.
You have to clean it. So what you have to do is you tell me.
You need to finish before the dawn. Okay. Now, whoever, not only that you're gonna finish before the other teams, but also the rope that you make has to be beautiful. Okay. And it has to be spotless. And after that, all these ropes are taken to the Buddha images and they put it over. And meanwhile, a lot of other people will let those white lamp or candle lamp, okay? And the little kids, just like the danger, will have other fun, okay? Making firecrackers, a lot of fun, okay? So let me share the screen back. So that kind of special robe, okay, it's called Casina Festival. All right. Now let's move on. Not only that, different part of the country, as I just mentioned, will have a lot of fun. There's hot air balloon festival in different part of the country. Okay. Then they will make hot air balloon with a picture of Buddha, and there will be competition too. So if you will notice, you will see all these wheels at the back, right? So there's carnival, a lot of food, right? A lot of games. Even though I show only this picture, but if you look at behind right here, do you see all these Ferris wheels? So there are so many lighted Ferris wheels and food and games, tons of fun. All right, so this is what we just talked about. It's the overnight rope making. You see, do you see that? So they're making the actual cotton. They have to take the cotton, make the rope, dye it, sew it, paint it, okay, draw on it. So they got to finish overnight. Now, the next one is this night. It's a tradition. It's nothing related to the religion. It's the tradition of our country. Now, this night, during the moonlit night, right? A lot of people think that if you actually tattoo special characters like this, like that, you can gain special powers. So a long time ago, even when I was young, a lot of people believed in it, and a lot of people actually did all these. My father did it. I didn't do it. Okay. So that actually, one of the thieves in Burmese history called Ngatapia was considered to have that kind of special power. Okay. So what kind of special power is he tattooed some special characters and on his thigh. So if he tap on his thigh, he can jump just like a cat or even higher. So he was a thief, but he steal from the king or the rich people and he give it to the poor, just like Robin Hood did, right? Very similar, but that was a real story. So in fact, there's a game based on him. So I'll show you that game too, so that you can play if you want to play that game. So I'll show you that game. So it's kind of a little fun game. So called Ngatapia game. So that is also based on this full moon day. Okay, so I want you to enjoy that. You can play that game online too. All right, so this is typical Burmese music, all right, and a game based on this thief who gained power on this special day. So there are still a lot of people in remote villages and countryside who still believe in this kind of culture. They do special tattoo on this special day. Do I believe it? I don't. That's why I didn't do it. But there are still a lot of people who did it. And as I said, my father did it. And did he have special power? I don't think so. But he believed in it. Okay. So then also tonight, a lot of people in Burma will be eating this special flowers called mesali. All right. This is a chemical name. So if you're interested in it, you can look it up. Okay. Cassia siamialin. So this is scientific though, right? This is not what Burmese believe in. This is what the scientific explanation show. If you eat this special type of flowers, it can control your anxiety. It can cure your insomnia. It can relieve your stress. It can cure a disease or a condition called beriberi, where your vitamin B1 is low, and it can affect your heart, and it can make you to have swollen leg, and it can actually kill you. So this can cure that. Analgesic means it's a painkiller. If you're in pain, if you eat this salad, it takes away your pain. It decreases your blood pressure, called antihypertensive. It controls a very bad infection called malaria, which is common in Burma and Southeast Asian country and Africa, but we don't see that in this country. And it's also, it has antibacterial activity, meaning these are antibiotic, and it make you pee. So these are the special qualities of this salad. So this is the medicinal and scientific finding, which is proven, right? But we Burmese believe something more than that, okay? So if you're gonna wait till the moon is on the zenith, very top, tomorrow night here or tonight in Burma, and you're gonna go pick it yourself. You just can buy it from the market, right? So in this country, you can buy it from the Chinese store. It comes because Thailand believe in that stuff also. So the Thai people, they actually sell it in the bottle. Your mommy and daddy can buy it from the store and they can prepare it for you, but then you will not have any special power. So for you to have special power, you gotta wait for the moon to be on the very top. And you gotta actually at that time go on the top of the tree, pick it up and make a salad right there. Only then you have that power. So that's our traditional belief, right? Yes, Pat.
Is the power true? Like,
is the power true? If you believe in it, it might be, but to be honest, I don't think so, because a lot of the power you're getting from all these medicinal powers. Yes, these whatever's written here is true. It is proven. But these special medicine powers that Burmese believe in, whether that's true or not, I am not sure. Okay, but still in Burma, a lot of people believe in it and they still do it, either because it's for fun. It's a lot of fun. I did that when I was young because these trees are around our house. So that day we don't sleep. So we will actually go up and pick it, and the girls will make a salad, and we have fun. In fact, in the remote area of the country, that's something even worse. So because it is combined with this kind of day, because it's the same day, right? So some people, they want to test whether the medicine, the tattoo that they just got is actually effective or not. They make a competition. You know what they do? They actually go steal chicken from other people's house. Okay, so if the tattoo that you just got is powerful, then you will be able to steal the chicken from the other's house and the owner will not know it, and you actually cook it and eat the same night. And a lot of teenagers have a lot of fun with that. I didn't.
Why there's chicken on his tattoo?
Say it again, that?
Is that the reason why there's like 2 chickens on the back of his tattoo?
No, this is a different thing. No, not because
Or
of
the
that.
phoenix?
These are phoenix. So these are special characters. So now,
Is it like the Avatar?
no.
Because the Avatar's tattoos are like an arrow. Does it do like almost like the same thing?
So actually, if you're interested in the powerful tattoo in Asian country, there are so many books. And it actually is a subject that you can learn. It will take you years to actually learn it. So some people specialize in it and believe in it, but I know nothing about those.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you're very interested, you can actually read books. There are, in fact, some books interpreted into English, but the original are written by Burmese or Thai people because they believe in this stuff. So what I want to tell you is that today is a special day and fun day for everybody. For little kids, it's a lot of fun because you're going to play with firecrackers and you're going to go to all these Ferris and have food and fun, right? For teenagers, this is a special day too. If you're interested in all these tattoos, you can do it. Or if you just want to be a little bad boy and go steal chicken, and even if you get caught, people will forgive you. So, oh yeah, no, you're teenagers. They don't do anything. They don't call the police or anything. So you have fun. And of course, the adults, they go to the pagoda, they do donation, they do meditation. So they have their own. So each and every one today is a fun day. Now, another thing is a very beautiful thing called pantaku. So people who are rich, they want to donate to poor people, but they don't want poor people to feel like, okay, I am poor, that's why, they are giving the money to me. So what you want to do is you want to just put whatever you want to donate. It could be money, it could be food, it could be something that that person needs. So you will put it in front of their house before they wake up, or in the middle of the night, or on the way that they come. So they generate positive energy by doing so. Some people just do it, whoever get it will keep it. So when we were young, so we look for that for fun. Of course, we donate it back to the monastery later, but we just want to look for it. Okay, so it's somewhat like Easter egg hunt here, but it's a Christian, it's a different story. Over here mainly is for the poor people, but some people will intentionally go close to the poor people where poor people live, and they will drop that off. Some people will just throw it on the street, and you can actually go find it and make money. Okay, so that is called pantaku. So there is a very long history behind it. Since we don't have time, I'm not going to explain that to you. If you're interested, you can actually ask your parents, okay, what's the actual background history to this? Okay, now next one is about Oma Dani. It's actually the story of Buddha before the Siddhartha time. So at that time, this lady called Oma Dani, she was so beautiful. Okay, but she is a little arrogant because of her beauty. Now, the king wanted to make her to be the queen, wanted to marry her. So the king sent a few ministers to go to her house and ask for the marriage. But she was so arrogant, and also because she's so beautiful that all these ministers, while they're eating, the moment that they look at her, she is so beautiful that all these ministers, they can't control their desire, and they did all this weird stuff. So they had to leave very embarrassed. Because of that, when they went back to the king, said, oh, she is such an ugly lady, she is rude. So the king said, okay, then I believe you guys, I'm not going to marry her. So what happened is that the general of the king's general married her. But one day, that is basically today, the full moon day of the Zamo. So the king was going around the country. And the general knew that, hey, the king is going to come. My wife, you're so beautiful. Do not open the window. Do not look at the king. Guess what? You think the wife listened to him? Nope. She didn't, because she wanted to give him a revenge. What kind of king was he? He turned down. He initially basically proposed me through my parents, but he eventually didn't. He gave me to his general. Now I'm going to give him a lesson. So when the king is coming with the elephant, and she was on the upper level of her house, opened the window, and she poured all the petals of the beautiful flowers on the king. The king looked up. The moment that the king looked up, because she's so beautiful, and she at once knew that's her, she got big regret, and he got big regret. And because he was mesmerized, he fell off the elephant. Okay, so she was that beautiful. Now, this is the same night. Okay, so a lot of people today, let's say if you're a teenager, you're a guy, and you love a girl, and you go to her house, in front of her house, and you play guitar, right? So I lived in the dormitory when I was in medical school. So this kind of full moon day is a special day. We are allowed to go to the girls' dormitory, and we'll go play guitar, right? Yes. So I didn't know how to play guitar. I mean, me and my friends did. I walk along, sing songs, and have fun. So today is also a special day, as I said, for teenagers. So if the girls have someone who they like, and they will expect, okay, that guy that I love will come to my home, then the parents know also. The parents kind of pretend like they don't know this. So that the parents will be going to the pagoda at the temple. So, you're home with your brother and sister. Your brother allowing you to just have fun for the night, because the boy that you like is, coming down, playing some nice, beautiful song for you, and you have fun. So, as I said, today is a special day. And on the other hand, because of the moon, the power of the moon. So, as you know, the moon is called lunar, right? The word lunar comes from lunatic. Lunatic means crazy, right? So what does it mean by that? Meaning that the power of the moon can make you to be crazy. So anything you do on a full moon day, doesn't matter whether it's a full moon day of the danger or the sun moon, doesn't matter. Any full moon day, anything you do, you become extreme, because your emotion is so labile, right? So for example, if you fall in love with a girl or a boy, and that day you're too emotional, right? Because your heart is already pounding because of the effect of the full moon. Then suddenly the boy that you like is down there playing the best music that you like for you. Today, maybe K-pop music or whatever you like. Then your heart comes out, boom, right? So the full moon day are extreme. If you do positive energy, you gain a lot of positive energy. If you do negative energy, you gain a lot of negative energy. Now, that's another reason why Buddhists make all the full moon days special days, right? So majority of our tradition, whether you look at Buddhist tradition or the Burmese culture, you will notice all the full moon days are special day. Now, because we believe in that special power, we make our best positive energy on these days. So if you love to meditate, if you meditate, you gain a lot of power. If you love someone, you want to go propose a girl or a boy, you do that on that day, the chances of that you will get yes, right? If you believe in all these supernatural power, eating all these whatever fruits and flowers that you believe in, or these special tattoo, and if it is true, you will gain that power. So this special day is full with a lot of fun stuff and interesting stuff. So in fact, each and every one of these, I can take several hours to discuss, right? So this, just to talk about this lady alone, is in the history. And you can actually watch a movie on this lady, long 2-3 hours, right? So
basically, the lady hypnotized the king by her.
No, the lady was just so powerful and so beautiful that not only the king, so she doesn't have to do anything special. That actually go back all the way what she did in her past life, right? So just because you also give you a few history behind it. So in her past life, she made a good positive energy by donating to a Buddha or an Arahant. But she wished for the wrong thing. So she wished that everyone who look at my face will be mesmerized and go crazy on me. So that kind of wrong wish that she made in her past life made her to be this.
That's the most useless wish in the world.
Well, you will never know. You do the same thing today too. So yeah, you might think that, oh yeah, it's a useless wish. But on the other hand, at the time, she had a reason. And also a lot of, because you're a boy, you probably don't care. But look around and ask all the girls in here, hey, would you like to be beautiful? Would you like to be the most beautiful girl in the whole world? Why not? Right? Definitely. Right? So even though for you, it may not be that good, but when you become a teenager, you will be looking for a beautiful girl, Thomas.
Okay, please, okay, I'll give you explanations. One, when you look pretty, it's just prettiness. It's not like it doesn't show what you can actually do. For example, if you're just pretty, they don't even know what you can do. For example, like you could build a really cool thing, and then if you're just pretty, then that's probably not going to get you a lot of attention.
Woohoo!
You're right, Thomas. You're right. Thank you. And I believe you will be able to keep that concept and point of view your whole life. Only when you become a teenager.
I mean,
Kevin,
I'm a really chill person, so that's
all right. You are. Thank you, Dad. By the way, raise your hand if you want to say comment or if you have a question. Kevin, do you have a question, Dad?
My sister has a question.
All right, that means Sarah, go ahead. Sandra.
I said to my sister. I still don't get it.
Okay, go ahead.
I still don't get it. Okay, you're not getting it.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. I'll explain to you more a little later, okay? All right. So next one is Manya Phala Sutta. This is one of the most famous sutta in Buddhism because all of you know about this. So this sutta came about based on the very famous king that you all know. Who do you think?
Bimbisara.
Bimbisara. Very close. Very, very close.
Is it this prince? The prince.
Anarata.
Dada Hinta, who was that?
Anarata.
No, not Narata. Patrick?
So well, I think. Wait. So was this king from Varanasi?
Yes.
Okay. So is it actually is it like I know the word is it King Varisara?
Yes.
You know, Patrick, you made Yeti and Kai to be the best day in their life. You know why? So the name of those kings in their story, they made those up. So let me explain to you. So because the Buddha stories are from so many lifetimes, so many years that nobody can actually say. So a lot of the kingdom, they name it Varanasi, all right? So it doesn't mean much because we just don't know. So they just name Varanasi, okay?
What
So
about me? Did I also make their days? Because I also said Baby Sarah.
yeah, so you will notice that a lot of countries in those stories are Varanasi, and the kings are called Brahmada. So it doesn't mean anything. It means that Varanasi is a prosperous country, and Brahmadami is the wholesome king or the king who is just, right? That's all it means. So, all right, okay, Erica.
Is the king Azadeh?
Yes, very good. It's a king Azadha. So this story and this sutta came out based on the king Azadha, who is the son of Bimbisara, that all of you know. Okay, so
Going to say that.
oh, you're going to say that. Okay, all right. All right, so before we go on, now I want you to read these questions and ask yourself. So all of you read this for me.
Do you fall in the category of so-called traditional Buddhist, either because you were born into a Buddhist family or just because it is trendy and you love to do some yoga and meditation? Just because majority of people are walking a path, should you follow? Just because someone claims to have supernatural powers, should you follow? Just because someone guarantees that you'll be saved if you follow a certain path, should you? How well do you know about other current religions? Do you ever wonder if other philosophies might be better?
Okay, so raise your hand if you have any of at least one or more of these questions to yourself. Ever wonder any of these? Raise your hand. I want to see. If I don't see you raise your hand, it means that you don't have any of these doubt. So if you have any of doubt like this, at least one, maybe more, maybe all six. All right. So good. A lot of you did. And that's normal. I did that. Right. So we're going to talk about this and we'll discuss about this manya phala sutta. Okay, so traditional Buddhist. A traditional Buddhist is the one who become a Buddhist just because they were born from a Buddhist family. They don't know much about the tradition. They don't know much about the religion. They are just called traditional Buddhist. Okay, so how many of you think you are a traditional Buddhist? Raise your hand. Okay. All right, some of you think that you are and some of you don't think so. All right, I will say majority of us, including myself, is considered a traditional Buddhist. Why? Because a traditional Buddhist, they're just Buddhist. They don't know much about Buddhism. They don't practice Buddhism. Right? They have fun. They go to the pagoda, they bow down to Buddha, this and that. But they don't actually understand or know, and most importantly, practice the essence of Buddhism. Now, those are called traditional Buddhists, right? So most of us are, including myself. But we're going to change that. So some of us, or especially these days, some of the Americans are what we call fancy Buddhist. Because they are born in this country and they don't like the idea of God. So they look around and they find this cool religion like Hinduism or yoga or Buddhism. Say, oh, that's cool. Then they just name, okay, I'm a Buddhist. and they wear fancy clothes like this and that. Well, we don't want that. That's not right, and that's not good either. So you better not be a fancy Buddhist. Now, trendy Buddhist is you become a Buddhist, or you become a so-called Buddhist just because there are some rich people or some celebrities who converted to Buddhism or who follow or practice Buddhism. You will notice a lot of people in here, some openly converted to Buddhism and they say, I'm a Buddhist. Some, they don't openly convert to Buddhism, but they practice Buddhism. So you will notice a lot of people, right? So like, for example, this actor openly said, I am a Buddhist, and he converted to Buddhism, right? So, but there are some like Clinton, right? He didn't convert to Buddhism. He considered himself a Christian, but he practiced meditation and Buddhism. So, but because some people follow Buddhism, so for example, Steve Jobs went to India and practiced meditation, right? Not necessarily Buddhism. He could say Hinduism, or he could just say yoga. But anyway, because of these trends, you become a Buddhist. Now that is called trendy Buddhist, and that's not good either, right? You just don't follow because someone else, someone celebrity, someone famous is doing that. So you don't do it because it's fancy. You don't call yourself a Buddhist because your parents are Buddhist, right? So this is not good. This is not good. This is not good either. So what is good then? Well, we'll talk about that based on this prince that you know, right? So we just talk about that, Ajata Sutta. So now he followed Devadatta, right? Devadatta, because he was young, he wanted to be the king, and he wants to be powerful, but he has no power. So when Devadatta came to his palace, suddenly it be a boom, like a little kid of his own age with all the snakes around his body. He got really scared initially, and later he changed to the monk. Then he actually was really shocked, and he thought, oh, this guy has supernatural power. He is the one. He followed him. He told him that, okay, if you want to be the king, kill your dad, and I will kill Buddha. Now I will lead the Sangha, you will lead the country. They made a deal, right? So, but he didn't know that his father loved him so much. And at that time, when he ordered for his father to be killed by torture, his father already was what we call Sotapanya, meaning his father already is at the higher level of meditation. So what happened to him? Okay, so remember, what religion did he believe in before the time of Buddha? What did they believe in before the time of Buddha? What was the major religion in India? Eric?
Never mind.
Okay, Kathleen?
Hinduism?
Hinduism? Yeah. So in Hinduism, whenever someone died, right? So they have to do some type of ceremony called Shraddha, just like other religion, right? Now, this is a time, okay, in Hinduism and in other religion, just like Chinese do that. So in Hinduism, this is a time that you actually pray to your late ancestors. All right. So what do you think he is thinking? He's thinking about his late father that he killed, because the whole country is doing that, right? His whole country, his citizens are bowing down to the pictures of their late parents. Now, guess what he feels? He feels guilty, right? Because the whole country is bowing down to their parents. Look at yourself in the mirror. you killed your father. So he is having a lot of guilt, right? So what do you think he is feeling physically? Thomas. So we call it data dhamma karma. So Kin Ajatasattu, heartbroken, remorseful, scared and suffering, look for a remedy. Why is he scared, by the way? Who knows? To me, Nolan, why do you think he is scared?
I don't know.
That's okay to me, Kevin.
He's scared because he killed his father. And if you kill your father, you're going down to the deepest heck.
Okay. So you're right, but why? Did he believe in the hell? Now, Sandra, do Indians, the Hindus, do they believe in hell?
It's Sarah, and I think it's because I'm afraid that he's afraid that he is
Okay, Tata Ricky?
He is afraid that he'll go down to the lowest hell.
Okay, but at that time, remember, he was not a Buddhist, he was a Hindu. Now, question is, do Hindus believe in hell? Who want to answer that? Brian. Oh, I see Kenneth. Kenneth.
Yes, they believe in hell. If you do good, you go to heaven. If you do bad, you go to hell.
Right. So in Christianity, there is only one hell. But in some type of Christianity, there are 9 levels of hell. So Christian believe in hell, Hindus believe in hell. Okay. So in Christianity, there's what they call Dante Inferno. They believe in 9 levels of hell. And in Hinduism, what do you think? How many levels of hell do they believe in? Anybody know? Sophia Tom.
I'm not sure though. Like I think just a lot. That's
just a lot. Okay. All right. So now another reason why is, let me explain to you why he is very scared at this time. So number one reason is the whole country is celebrating this, bowing down to their late ancestors, their late parents, right? But he is now remorseful. Now another reason is, so what happened to his teacher, Devadatta? What do you see there? Kira to me. Kira, what do you see? Okay, let me ask William.
He's getting swallowed up by the earth.
Who? Who is this? Who is this monk?
Devadatta?
Devadatta, of course.
Yeah.
His teacher. Now remember, his teacher tried to kill Buddha, and he killed his father, right? And he helped Devadatta to kill Buddha too, by sending all the archers to kill Buddha, by sending his Raya elephant. So what did he do? He made Raya elephant drunk, and he made Raya elephant run over Buddha, right? So because of these negative energy and negative karma, his teacher got swallowed up by the earth, and he is in hell now. So he knows that. And not only that, his ministers, at the time, there are a lot of Brahmin who actually can calculate by looking at the stars. They are good at astrology. They already told him, hey, you are going to follow your teacher. You're going to be swallowed up by the earth, and you will go down to the deepest hell also. So imagine if you were him, would you be happy? Would you say, what the heck? I don't believe in it. No, because he knows that his teacher got swallowed up. He knows that all these Brahmins know how to calculate all this astrology, okay, and alignment of the stars. So he knows he is going to suffer. He knows he is going to go to hell. So he is scared, right? So now, because of time, I'm not going to show you. In Hinduism, they believe in hell. Their hell has 28 layers, okay? So the Buddhism believe in major 8 layers of hells, but there are smaller hells around those major 8 layers of hells. So in Buddhism, there are thousands of hells, but the main are the 8 levels, okay? Depending on the severity of the crime you do or the bad energy you generate. But killing a parent, whether you kill your mom or your dad or killing an arahant, you definitely go down to the lowest level of the hell or the deepest hell or the worst hell ever. Now, at that time, remember, he was not a Buddhist, he was a Hindu, but the same thing in Hinduism, there are 28 levels, and the minister already told him, astrologist told him that you are going to go down to the 28th level of the hell. So he is really very, very scared, right? Now, let's go back based on the questions. The father, Bimbisara, and the son, Ajatasattu. Now, at that time, remember I told you that Buddha is already there and his father already is a disciple or follower of Buddha. Did he make his son to follow Buddhism? Did he force him? Kevin?
No.
No, he did not, right? So his father said, okay, I believe in Buddha, I follow Buddhism, but he didn't force his son. So remember, the rest of the country, the majority of the country follow what religion? Hinduism, right? So that's why Ajatasattu was born as Hindu, not a Buddhist, even though his father was Buddhist at the time. So now, because all these happened, and the astrologers told him that you are going to be killed by your own son, just like you did your father. There is a projection already, and you will go to the deepest hell. Now, these are the 8 levels of the hell the Buddhists believe in. This is called a Ouija. Okay, so read this for me. What kind of hell is this?
Ouija, hell without interruption while being roasted in ovens.
You are going to be roasted in the ovens continuously for uncountable years, right? Now, there are different levels of hells. If you're interested in it, you can read online what are the different levels of Buddhist hells. And in fact, there are a lot more smaller hells in each and every level. So because of that, he is very, very scared. So what does he do? So it's a beautiful moonlit night. The whole country is bowing down to their ancestor, late ancestor, and doing good, negative, positive energy. But he can't sleep. He's having severe headache because he is scared, remorseful. He regretted what he did, right? So what does he do? He asks his ministers, right? He has a bunch of ministers. So his minister told him several things. So at that time, there were 6 other philosophers at the time of Buddha, okay? So there is called Purana Kassapa, Mekali Gosala, Ajita, okay, Paduka, Niganda, and Sanjaya. So now his minister told him to go to each and every single philosopher or the spiritual leader of at the time. So guess what he did, right? Now, why didn't he go to Buddha right away? John, you want to answer that?
No, I meant, can I go?
So, all right. Kevin, you want to answer that question?
He didn't go to Buddha first because he was scared that Buddha would be angry at him for killing his father.
Very good. Not only that, Buddha will be angry at him because he was an accomplice. What they wanted to kill Buddha, right? So he didn't go to Buddha first. And on the other hand, the ministers are smart people. They didn't advise him to go to Buddha. And also, none of his ministers follow Buddha. They follow these guys. All right. Now, out of these 6, who do you think is the most famous? Make a guess. I'm going to ask a few other. Brian, who do you think is the most famous at that time?
The bottom one, I think.
The bottom one? No. Let me ask the Mickey Kai. Who do you think is the most famous at that time?
I don't know, sir.
I don't know. Yeah, that's okay. All right. So the answer is this guy called Nikanta. Okay, Jainism. How many of you know Jainism? All right, let me ask someone else. Let me see. Miranda, do you know Jainism?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, all right. Let me see. Sophia Wen.
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
You don't know much about it. Okay. Let's see. Who else I haven't asked questions? Kathleen, you raise your hand. So go ahead.
I think Jainism is a religion in India.
Okay, Jainism is a religion in India. That means Sophia Ton, how much more do you know about Jainism in India?
I think it's like where you live your life to like the super like extreme way. I think that's what it means.
Okay, tell us how extreme they live.
I can't really remember, but I think it's sort of like what the Buddha did with like the 5 other people for like 6 years, I think. Like something
Okay.
similar to that.
Okay, all right. Kevin?
So some of the extreme things are that they think robes are like attachment too, so they be naked.
Very good. You're very right. You're very right. So they think that everything is attachment. So they let go of everything, right? They let go of their wife, their home, their properties, their belongings. And they said, oh, I'm attached to my clothes. Well, let me let go of my clothes. Now they became naked. They walk around naked, right? Ted?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Oh, you're going to say that? So that's the Jainism. But guess what? So that's one of the most popular religion in India after Hinduism at the time. So now his ministers sent him to all these spiritual leaders, including the Nikanta, Nyata Buddha, or basically Jainism, right? Now they all say, oh, my dear king, you're fine. You didn't kill your father. The guy who killed is not you, right? That was someone who worked for you. You didn't kill your father. You shouldn't be blamed for something that you didn't do, right? Or others, hey, there's no such thing as before life or after life. We live for just this life and you're done. There's no such thing as hell. There's no such thing as karma. There's no such thing as next life. Why are you worried? Have fun. So, does he like it? No, apparently not. He knows because he is suffering right now. So eventually, oh, by the way, this is Jainism, right? So some Jains wear
You're a little child, you know.
Some a little more extreme. They don't wear anything, if you can see here. Okay, some they. Oh, one more thing is Why do you think they are carrying these kind of the feather broom? Let me ask who I haven't asked. All right, Jackson.
So they can cover the private parts.
They can cover the private parts? No, that's not the right answer. Yeah, you're right on here. They want to use it to cover their private parts, but that's not the main reason that they carry the feather broom, especially from the peacock. So there's a reason why feather broom and why peacock. So, all right, Tat?
Yeah.
Hello? This is so extreme. There are organisms on the ground that you can't see, or you can't see because of the because they're too small, and they have to so that before they step on the ground, they have to broom it away so they don't kill any organisms that they don't see.
Very good. So one reason is every step you make, there's a chance that there might be a little bug that you might accidentally step on that little bug. You don't want that because that's negative karma according to Jainism. So what they do, before they put one first step, they will broom that area. Only then you put one first step. Okay. So now the question is, why peacock? Why not other broom? Who want to answer that? Hang Tata.
No, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, William?
They use that because peacock feathers are very soft, so they would not hurt the insects.
Okay, that's one reason you're right. Peacock feathers are very, very gentle, soft, that it will not hurt the insect. One more reason. Kevin, you know? Why peacock feather?
No.
No? Okay. So for you to understand this, you got to know about peacock. Okay? Peacock, you cannot, okay, pull out a peacock feather. Okay, either you got to kill the peacock or peacock has to shed their feather on their own. Okay, so remember, they don't want to harm any animal, right? So if you are required to kill an animal to get the feather, they will not use it. So because these peacock feather are the one that peacock naturally shed it, they collect it, they make a broom. So two reasons. One is peacock feathers are very soft and gentle, that even if there's a little bug, you are not going to crush that bug. That's the one reason. The other reason is peacock shed their feather, and they use only the naturally shed feather to make broom out of it. Okay, so they are that extreme, right? So, and also, what is this guy carrying? No. Okay, so they have to carry a water filter always because they believe that the water has bugs in it, and if you drink that water without actually filtering, you might be killing the bugs in the water. So they have to carry a little pot and a filter always. Okay, so they practice very, very strictly like that. So that's the Jainism at the time of Buddha, and these guys are very famous. So the king went to them and asked the questions, and also he didn't actually like the answer, right? So now, question is, are the king's advisor wise or fool according to Mangala Sutta? Since we haven't learned Mangala Sutta, so let me ask you that question, Ellison, please.
They're fools.
They are definitely fools, right? Instead of helping the poor king, they're telling the king, oh, you're fine. Yeah, you kill your father, but there's no such thing as bad karma or next life or hell. You're fine, just have fun, right? Or they're going to tell the king that, oh, you know, go to this philosopher, that philosopher, but they're not helping him. So his ministers or his advisors are not good friends. They're not wise. They are considered fools. All right, but luckily there's someone. Okay, one of his advisor actually is a physician. He's a royal physician named Jivaka. Okay, we can spend the whole day talking about Jivaka, but so to make the story short, so eventually he asks one of his minister, the royal physician, hey Jivaka, why don't you give me some idea? Where should I go? Who should I talk to? So only one he asked, Jivaka took him to Buddha. Okay, so now remember, because he tried to kill Buddha with the archers, he is scared. So he is very reluctant, right? So what is he thinking? So Jivaka is the royal physician of his father, right? Because Jivaka is so good in medicine that he actually continued him to be the royal physician. But what is he thinking right now? Anyone want to guess?
That
Ryan?
he goes to the Buddha?
No, not quite yet. Michelle?
That the Buddha will hate him because he tried to kill him with his archers.
Okay. And more than that, so he's thinking even more. You know, this royal physician, this guy was my father royal physician. Now he's so smart that I also continue him to be my minister, my advisor. What if? And my father followed Buddha, he followed Buddha, and they both know that I killed my father and I tried to kill Buddha. Is he planning a coup against me? Does he want my throne? Does he want to kill me? So did he believe in Jivaka? No, he did not, right? So as the king who did wrong thing, what did he have to do? He wants to go to Buddha. On the other hand, he is scared and he does not trust Jivaka. So what did he have to do? This is what he tried to do, right? To kill Buddha by archers and by making his royal elephant drunk and trying to stomp Buddha. Now, so to protect his kingdom, to protect himself, what he did is he made his whole army with 500 elephants. And because he doesn't trust anyone on this moonlit night, so all his soldiers are female. Okay? Even the elephants are female elephants. So all 500 elephants are female elephants, and all the soldiers are female soldiers. Okay, so he went to Buddha, and Buddha was staying outside of the city in a mango grove donated by the physician Jivaka. So Jivaka said, there are thousands of monks meditating. Remember, it's middle of the night. When he goes, when he got close to the monastery where Buddha is staying, he didn't hear any noise. So he became even more scared. He became doubtful of Jivaka. So he asked Jivaka, are you trying to trick me? Are you trying to kill me or make a coup and take my throne? So Jivaka said, my lord, no, that's not at all my intention. Buddha is there and there are thousands of monks. But I don't hear anything. If there are thousands of monks, they must be at least making some kind of coughing sound or some kind of, if they're sleeping, there might be some at least some noise. There's no noise. How come? So Jivaka said, my lord, don't worry. There are monks and Buddhas there. Please just come along. But you cannot come into Buddha property with your weapons. So only Jivaka and the king went inside. All the soldiers, all these 500 female soldiers with the elephants and the weapons stayed outside. All right. So read this for me.
Surveying the community of monks sitting in absolute silence as calm as a lake, he felt inspired to exclaim, "May my son, Prince Adayi Baza, enjoy the same peace that this community of monks now enjoys." The Blessed One said, "Have you come, great king, together with your affection? Venerable sir, my son, Prince Adayi Baza, is very dear to me. May he enjoy the same peace that this community of monks now enjoys."
So you can imagine he has a pretty naughty son, right? So when he see the Buddha and all these thousands of monks meditating without any noise at all, he got, oh my goodness, I wish my son, his name of his son is Udayibada, enjoy the same peace that this community of monks now enjoy. And Buddha said, Buddha knows what he is thinking, right? So he was just thinking, oh, I wish my son be peaceful as this, but I know my son's going to kill me, right? So that's one of his worries. My son will kill me as like I kill my own dad. So he is so worried. So he is just wishing that my son will be as peaceful as this body of monks. Buddha knows that, okay? So Buddha asks, have you come, great king, together with your affections? So he admitted that, okay, yeah, that's what I'm wishing now. So then Buddha asks, my king, why are you here today? So then he asks the same question that he asked to the other six philosophers of at that time. So one of the very famous question is, read this for me.
We as householders, laymen, study, learn, and work. The benefits of those works can be seen now, such as wealth, status, power, etc. Can you point out any benefit of the contemplative life, Monka, that I can see now?
Okay, so he asked this question to everybody else. All the other philosopher and the other philosopher did not answer. They couldn't answer. So the question is very simple. Look, I as king or my citizens, the laymen, they study, they work hard, and they can see the benefit of their work. They gain money, they get power, status. But look at you and all these monks. All you do is meditate, and what do you get? What is the benefit of being a monk? But you can't tell me about next life and this life and that life that I can't see. You gotta show me something right now that I can see or I can touch. Right? Just like you, right? So like, mom, what's the point of meditating? I get nothing. I just fall asleep. And it's boring. What do I get out of this? Why do you make me do this? Now he's asking the same thing, right? Mom, if I listen to TikTok and all these K-pop and I have fun, I dance and, but if you make me meditate, I gain nothing. I just waste my time. That's what he is thinking and asking Buddha, right? So what did Buddha say? Okay, so this is one of the famous words, okay? Sanditthika akaliko. Right now, that can be sin, okay? So samanya phala mean the benefit of the fruit of samanya mean of monkhood. So this is what he asks. What is the benefit of being a monk or a nun or the recluse life or meditation? But you're going to show me something that I can see right now. You can tell me about, oh, this positive karma, negative karma. I don't believe in that garbage. I don't believe in next life or anything, right? Tell me, show me something now. It's difficult, right? How are you going to show that? So now here, this is what Buddha said, the first benefit of contemplative life, right? So Buddha gave an example. My Lord, do you have people who work for you, who mow your lawn? So the king said, yes, I have a lot of them. I have people who mow my lawn, who clean my palace, who take care of my poop, anything. Okay, do you pay respect to them? The king said, no, why would I? But if they leave and if they become a monk, Any monk. What do? Can you ask them to mow the lawn? No, the king said, no, Lord, I will have to bow down to them. I will be the one bowing down. So the Buddha said, King, isn't that something that you can see? So Buddha said, yes, right? So that's the first benefit of being a contemplative life. First benefit of being a monk, a nun or a monk, right? So this is, for example, this is William and Tad. I'm making them mow the lawn, right? Will I bow down to them like this? No, I wouldn't, right? But now Tad become a monk, a little novice. Guess what? I bow down, right? So that is something that you can see right now, right? So now the king accepts. Now, but he's not happy. Tell me something more. What is the second benefit of contemplative life? So the Buddha said, all right, king, your citizens have to pay you the tax, right? Just like Uncle Sam that we pay tax here. Now, all the kings, they make money by collecting tax from the citizens. So Buddha said, now your citizens, they work hard, they make money. Don't they have to pay tax to you? So the king said, yes, they do, because they live in my country. I take care of them. So then Buddha said, well, if they become a monk, can you ask money from them? So Buddha said, no. In fact, I am the one who actually donate to them. I bow down to them and give money and donate to them. So Buddha said, that's the second benefit that they get right away. So remember, at the time of Buddha, India has a very, very horrible caste system that there are some people who are called untouchable. Untouchable are the class of people who clean the toilet, who clean all the poop of the other people, right? But if they become a monk, suddenly, what happened? The Brahmins and the kings bow down to them. So that's the second benefit that you get just becoming a monk or a nun. So the king said, yes, now that is something that I can see and I accept that. So, but he's not happy with that. Now he said, okay, then what are the other benefits? There must be something more that you do, all these, because he knows Buddha was a prince himself like him, and he could become a king, but he didn't, he let go of all his kingdom, right? So he said, there must be something more than that. For you, you didn't need those. You didn't need money. You didn't need any of all these respect. You were already a prince and you could become a king, but you let go of those. There must be something more. So Buddha said, yes. You see all these monks meditating with me? They have all this power. Read these for me, all the power that you can get from the contemplative life.
Peacefulness of body and mind, supranormal powers, clairaudience, mind reading, reflection of past life, liberation from samsara.
So then Buddha preached in long sutta. In this sutta, explained about all these benefits of meditation and how to do that. Now, if you actually read the book, okay, if you just read and recite, it takes about 2 hours, the sutta, okay? To practice it, it takes quite a long time. Just to read and recite, it takes 2 hours. Now I'm just putting that in the bullet point so that we can finish tonight. But these are the things that Buddha preached to him tonight on this full moon day of December. Okay, so briefly, what Buddha preached was Sila, Samadhi, and Panya that you all know. In Noble Eightfold Path, Sila is what? Right speech, right action, right livelihood, and Samadhi is?
Right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration.
And Panya is?
Right view, right intention.
Right view and right intention. So the whole sutta can be summarized into these three, which is basically the Noble Eightfold Path, right? And the benefit of those. And Buddha also explain about the 16 stages of Pinya, which is very advanced level. So it's not at all your level, not even my level, right? But Buddha actually preached that in this sutta to the king. So now the question is, what happened? What happened to the king? What happened to Chattatha Sutta? So read that for me. Take refuge.
Took refuge in Triple Gem. He sponsored the first council at which a congress of Arahant disciples produced the first standardized account of Buddhist teachings.
Okay, so before he was the most horrible son who killed his father, he was the most horrible person who tried to kill Buddha indirectly through Devadatta. But after today, he became a Buddhist. He converted to Buddhism from Hinduism. And since then, he supported Buddhism. And Buddha died. After Buddha died, he actually sponsored the first council where all these monks who are arahant, who has supernatural powers at the time, produced a very first standardized account of the Buddha's teaching. Okay, so because of that positive energy, okay, remember he killed his father. Where is he supposed to go? The lowest hell.
He's gonna go to the lowest hell, but now
Right.
because he preached to the Buddha, and he's gonna go to the first hell.
Okay, so because of those good karma, good energy he did, instead of going to the lowest hell called Awisi hell, he is still now in hell, but instead of the lowest one, he is now on a small hell, and instead of suffering for millions and millions of years, he will be there only for 60,000 years. Okay, so in Buddhism, one good thing is that everything you do is positive and negative, and each other can be balanced out, right? So even though he killed his father, which is the worst you can ever do, okay? So there are several things that as a Buddhist that you shouldn't do. One is not to kill your mom, not to kill your dad. What are the others? Who remember that?
To not kill the Buddha or a monk.
Okay, next one is not to kill, well, you can never kill a Buddha, not to make a Buddha bleed. What's the other one, Kevin?
Not to separate monks.
Not to separate the monk, okay, all right. And not to kill an arahant, not a regular monk, right? Let's say I shave my head, I already did, I wrap around a rope, well, I don't become an arahant, right? I'm just a so-called monk. And someone kill me, yeah, they'll get negative energy, but not that bad. But if you kill an arahant, that is a really, really horrible energy. Yes, Yeti?
Does the parent, like, you know how if you kill your parents, you go to lower, like, lowest one? Is the same being applied to, like, killing with your child?
No, you will still get negative energy, but you don't go to the lowest hell if you kill your own kid. But don't kill any animal. Forget about your own kid or a human. Okay. Now, also, because of this positive energy that he generated, after 2 ascensia and 100,000 kappas, well, long time, he, the king, will attain nirvana as a Bhikkhu Buddha. Right? We will talk about this definition later. How long is 1 ascensia? Well, 1 ascensia is 1 with 140 zero behind it. And there is another meaning for kappa. So we'll talk about that later. Now, what I want you to learn is today is a special day for Buddhism, for Burmese culture. It's a beautiful day, fun-filled day, and it is something really that whether you're a little kid or a teenager or an adult or old person, you can enjoy your life today as a Buddhist, as a Burmese, okay? So this today is very important culturally and spiritually in Buddhism and in Burma. So, well, since 9 o'clock, I'm going to stop here and I'll be